Hi, and welcome to Urban Renal Talk with Tamika and
And Steve. Thanks everyone for joining us. What's going on, Tamika?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm well. I'm well.
Yeah, I know you're a little, perturbed about our guest not showing up.
Yeah, well, hopefully there was an issue with him trying to get on. Not everyone can get on.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't know.
Can you? I mean, no, you're right. But let's share a little bit about the guest and let the people know our guest who was going to come on.
Well, the guest actually was a kid. He actually was a dialysis patient, and now he's a tech.
Okay, did he get a transplant?
I'm not sure. That's why we wanted to bring him on to hear his story.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I had an interview on Sunday Morning Transplant Coffee Talk last week with Kendra Tenner,
Hmm.
and she was on dialysis and had a transplant and she is now a dialysis technician.
Awesome. So, how does she feel about it, emotionally, as far as
Uh,
being
I mean,
where they are?
she loves it, and she sees, she sees the difference, and just trying to make a difference. But she definitely see, you know, a lot that she didn't know before as a
Right.
patient.
Right. And you know what? I believe that she will. I believe that she will make a difference because she's been there before. So
Yeah,
she has more empathy, with them, where she can relate to them better than someone else that hasn't been there.
absolutely. So to make I know since our guest, we hadn't heard back on the spot. So guys, we decided to talk about a different type of modality, actually two that a lot of people don't talk about. And the only time you may hear about these two different modalities is one, if before someone wants to go on or come off dialysis, called conservative therapy. That's one modality, and another one is palliative and hospice care. You have kidney warriors who say they want to stop and don't want to do it no more, and that's their right.
Hmm.
And as much as no one wants to see someone do that, but if a person is tired, Tamika, of going through, a chronic condition and they are sound mind, I mean, they have that right. If they didn't, they wouldn't have these alternative modalities for one to seek out.
Right. So true. And you know what? It's needed. Those options are needed.
I agree with you.
Those options are needed.
So let's just talk about conservative therapy. Uh, and it says the decision is yours. It starts out by saying the decision to do dialysis is personal. And we can't forget that. You know how a lot of people, when they're in the hospital, Tamika, and they get the doctor come in the room and tell them that your kidneys fail, you got to go on dialysis or you'll die. I mean, that really doesn't give a person much time to think about what type of therapy to choose from or modality. In fact, they don't know. The only one they do know, probably the majority, I ain't gonna say all because you never know, but the majority of people who get diagnosed at that moment are not thinking of any other type of modality of treatment other than hemodialysis. Would you
No,
agree with that?
no, that's all basically they're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's not. See, the only reason why they're only thinking of that is because that's all they're being told.
Right.
So they're not being told that there's other options.
Yeah. And Leslie on YouTube mentioned she had a kidney transplant for 26 years.
Would
And
Leslie like
after,
to come on the show?
huh?
Would Leslie like to come on the show?
Leslie, you want to come on the show right now and talk about your journey? you're more than welcome. All I have to do is send you the link. You just send me your cell number through Messenger, and I send you the link, and you could come on. So just let me know if you would like to. I'm looking at. Oh, she can't. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's okay. Well, thanks anyway. But the decision to do so, she said after 26 years, she wasn't going back on dialysis again. I guess far as hemo, because I believe you do peritoneal. Oh, she said not now, and she thanked us. But the decision to do dialysis is personal. Dialysis and transplant are life-saving treatment options. They may extend life. They may reduce symptoms of kidney failure. For many people, they may even improve the quality of their life. But not all of us have the same goals when it comes to treating our illness. Some of us choose not to start dialysis. Some of us choose to start dialysis and then stop. And then they go on to say, why would we do this? And they say there are many possible reasons, Tamika. Some of us sense the end of our road coming. We may not see it. Go ahead.
But it's just tired.
Yeah, yeah. We may not see our symptoms improving. There may be too much pain or suffering. The burden of dialysis treatment may be overwhelming. There may be spiritual reasons. There might just be the hope to spend our time left with loved ones instead of a dialysis chair. What do you think about that? I mean, I see in a lot of the group where you had caregivers say that their husband are ready to give up, Tamika.
Right, because honestly, Steve, we don't know exactly what someone really goes through when they're on dialysis. It's not just physically, it's mentally.
Oh, absolutely.
So they feel like their body is just tired and they just can't take it no more. They can't take the constant, what's that? One patient said, the needles. The needles just do something to him.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really rough.
And he said when he see those needles coming, it just takes him to just another place.
Who is this?
One of the patients.
Have they ever decided to do home dialysis or peritoneal?
No. Nope. He's new. And he just said every time he see the needles, it just does something to him. It just takes him.
Yeah, and Leslie says here on YouTube that her doctor convinced her to try it again, that it was different now than it was in '89, the first time she did it. Because she said she wasn't going to go back on dialysis. She had given up. And I mean, and that's rightfully understandable. Hey, Lisa Baxter joined the show. Thanks for tuning in, Lisa. If you want to join the show, Lisa, and talk about your experience, you want to come on?
You know, I think conservative management or conservative therapy should be talked about more.
Exactly.
Especially when it's the 70 and 80-year-old, people coming on to dialysis. They are suffering.
Yeah. Lisa, I'm going to send you the link if you want to step on.
They're suffering.
Talk about conservative therapy from patient perspective and social worker. All right, I'm sending it now. I just sent you the link, Lisa. If you want to come on, you can chime in. Ladies and gentlemen, we hopefully get Lisa Baxter, the Lisa Baxter Show on. But yeah, Tamika, have you ever met anybody who decided to stop this for spiritual reasons?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And they lasted a while. It's just when they came back, their skin color was different. They had more weight on them. That's all fluid. But she stopped it for a while, for like a year. And she only did like 2 days a week, but she eventually stopped it. But then she had to come back.
Yeah, I know somebody that they let do that, but it was in a nursing home. It was in a nursing home setting.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess the toxins was doing something to her skin because her skin looked different. She just looked different. She was a fair skinned young lady. And when she came back, she was darker. She was a lot darker.
Wow,
And I
because
told her that was the toxins. And
yeah,
she, I used to be light skinned, and I'm like, that's the toxins. You're not coming here, though you may be quote unquote peeing or using the bathroom, avoiding, your body is not excreting the toxins.
right, right. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. And then you got people who just too much pain. I mean,
Yes.
not even pain medication can. Yeah, I can't imagine taking pain meds every day for your pain, and then you're kind of like out of it most of the time.
Mm-hmm. That means they really don't have a quality of life if they're on pain meds all the time. There's no quality of life on pain meds.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Your life. Because once you come from your high, you got to go back on it so you can function. But you only can function at a certain percent. And then when you can't get your high, you're miserable. So you're making everyone else around you miserable. So then that's another issue.
Yeah,
So
it's
now
a lot of
it's
issues
a
that
toxic lifestyle.
exactly. And then they go on to say, whatever the reason, we all had the right to choose treatment.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We all had that right, whatever it comes down to. Um, Even in some of these groups, if someone say, I want to turn down a kidney, I'm sure that some people would bash them.
Mm-hmm. But
Like,
see, you don't know their story. Excuse me. They don't know their story to bash them. You don't know what that person is going through, what that person has been through. Why they said, "No, I'm not taking that kidney."
mm-hmm,
Because sometimes getting that kidney is not the best thing for you. You go through more problems with that new kidney than you did the whole time on dialysis.
yeah, I know. I've seen that. I've seen that. And in fact, I had a guest last week, Roxy Johnson, on Sunday morning transplant coffee talk to Tamika. She's on dialysis down in Beaufort, North Carolina.
Mhm.
She's been on 2 decades. She doesn't look like it. And she said
Wow.
that she rather spend her time out on dialysis.
Then getting a transplant.
Yeah, yeah. She said she has it down pat. She
Because
got
it's
her
a
own
regimen
dialysis.
for her. It's a
Okay.
regimen for her.
Yeah, yeah. She said she does just fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on Lisa Baxter, the Lisa Baxter Show. Hey,
Hey everybody.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Hi guys. I'm sorry. I just came in from an MRI and they gave me some medicine. So I'm half asleep and half putting myself together. But I was listening and looking at the show and I was disturbed by hearing, somebody not wanting to go back to dialysis. So that was something that woke me up. So I don't it was like coffee, I guess. I don't know.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
we was talking about conservative therapy, and we're going to touch on to palliative and hospice care. Now, by
mm,
you being a social worker and up in New York City, which is more than 8 million people, I'm during your time working as a social worker or just being a dialysis patient, have you encountered any other fellow warriors that decided to go into hospice or do conservative therapy rather than move on with dialysis treatment?
well, I had pleaded with a pastor one time. I went over to his church. I talked to his family. I talked to his flock. And he was determined, no matter what I said or did, that he would not go back to dialysis, or he wouldn't even try dialysis. I getting them mixed up where one of them tried it and wouldn't come back, and then the other one, he didn't even want to give it a chance or try it. He wanted to go peacefully, and I told him that's an agonizing death. There's no death that happened like quick. You just drop dead. It can be, your poisons is backing up into your body. You know what I mean? You get throwing up, you're getting sick. It's just not no easy death.
Right.
It's just not that quick. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's what they think, that is this easy death that's going to happen to them. But no, it's not. It doesn't happen like overnight.
No.
But they have medicine that they could give someone to make them comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, what was you going to say, Lisa?
Yeah, I mean, he was headstrong about it. He was an older gentleman. Sometimes they think there's no help when they're older. Or they just think, I mean, sometimes it's a faith thing, or they just think that this is the way God want them to go, or, I love the Lord. And, he didn't take me that way where I could go, even though I've been through some stuff that, you would think that, or maybe want that, or wish that, but when you know what he really wants for you, you'll do what you're supposed to do. I know with the other person, I spoke with her whole family. I went over our house millions of times, and she was determined she was not going to do dialysis. She would agree to it 5 minutes, and the next minute she would change her mind, and the whole family would call me, and I would go over there, and we would have a powwow with her, show her love. But one family member was stubborn. It was her son that kept saying, don't do that. You know what they're going to do to you, this and that. So even if the rest of the children and I would talk her into going, next thing you know, she wouldn't want to go. And that went on maybe for months. And then she actually passed away. She was up in age, but she passed away. But from what he said, she really believed exactly what her son said. And he didn't have all the facts. And the family got angry with him and everything. And I tried everything talking with them. You do lose some and you gain some when you tell them your story, or when you tell them what to expect when they don't go. Because they think, oh, I'm just going to, fall out one day or pass out as an easy pasture. And I'm like, no.
Well, let me just put a comment up. Don T. Edward of CKD New York Champs says maybe.
Hey, Diva. Sorry, this is my dinner.
Right. Wait, she said maybe she was at peace with herself and the Lord.
Amen. Some people do get at peace. I mean, I won't argue the peace thing. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people say, well, I'm not going to do it. I don't have to do it. Or, God said I don't have to do it. And I said, well, there's a lot of saints that know God and believe God. And I didn't hear him tell none of us that. At least I know he ain't telling me that. Personally, I know he ain't said it.
Right.
If that was that easy, I probably just would have went with my husband or my sister. So I don't know that easy transition, but sometimes God deal with people in groups. Sometimes he deal with them individually. I've never seen them say, kill yourself, though.
Right.
Or torture yourself. So.
Right.
So let me just go on what they say about conservative therapy. They say conservative therapy centers around the decision to not do dialysis. This might mean never starting dialysis. This might mean starting dialysis and then choosing to stop. But that's not all. With conservative therapy, your doctors will focus on keeping you comfortable. They'll use therapies to keep you as healthy as possible during your remaining life. Remember, stopping dialysis does not mean your doctors stop caring for you or about you. Your doctors will work with you and your family to provide you the support you will need during this time. And then they go on to say what happens without dialysis, which we all know, but the way how they state it, it says without dialysis, many people will pass away within a few weeks. I mean, we know everybody's different, right, Tamika?
Right.
Some people last longer than that. And then it says, however, this time frame could be very different depending on factors, including if you still make urine or not, all medical conditions, and fluid control and diet.
Yes.
Sure.
You can do that before dialysis. Like say if your GFR may be 10% and the doctor wants you to start, but if you know about conservative therapy, then you may, and you're not having any symptoms and you still urinating, you know what I'm saying, Tamika? Because you got people who got GFRs like 11, 12,
Yeah.
that's not even on dialysis yet.
Yeah. People went the herbal way, holistic way too. Fasting, the alkaline diet, the Sobel.
Right. But the point is, Lisa, like this information so people can make that type of decision is not getting out there.
Oh no, it's not.
Like they go to the doctors and they may get diagnosed and they keep coming back, and instead of trying to give them some alternative ways to, halt the progression, they don't. And a lot of people pretty much maybe if they online, they go to the groups, right, Tamika? Like these groups, and they get ideas and
misinformed.
There was one
Oh
group.
yeah.
There's one group that Stephanie Jenkins, I can't think of the name of it. It's a kidney group, and all they talk about is healthy eating and staying off of dialysis. And they have kidney disease.
Wow.
And they got people who show their labs and how they reduce their numbers
by changing what they eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I believe
that stuff can be dangerous. You need balance with this thing.
Yep. If more people was educating them about changing their diet, prior to illness, it's a lot of people that wouldn't even be on the machine.
Exactly. And I think for some people, they may start them too late.
Right. And even
I'm sorry.
What you put on your skin too, like what you put on your body goes in your body.
Yeah, it's absorbed.
It absorbs. So you got to watch it that way too.
Yeah. Even like with that deodorant.
Yes, the aluminum that's in it.
So then they go on to say, Tamika, after you stop dialysis, doctors can prescribe medications and treatments to make you comfortable. In the end, toxins and fluids will build up. They'll become too much for your body and you'll pass away.
My God.
Yeah, and then they go on to say, reducing pain and symptoms. If you choose conservative therapy, it's very important to get all the care you need to be as comfortable as possible. As you begin to think about stopping dialysis, you may want to also consider other treatment options. Pain management, palliative care, or hospice care may make your symptoms more manageable. Medications may be used to keep your fluids and swelling down.
Wow.
If you are in pain or distress, talk to your doctor. They may help you live remaining days as comfortably as possible. So, when you start getting to the point of fluid overload, I guess they administer oxygen therapy and try to do maybe some type of breathing treatments. But, I mean, what can you do when you have fluid in your lungs and you feel like you
gotta breathe?
And Tamika, let me tell you something. We had a person go on hospice, right? And soon as they, your guest just popped up.
Oh, okay. So if your guest is there, much love and peace. Thank you.
Okay.
I ain't mad at you. We are family. Peace.
You want to stay on? You want to stay on and hear the discussion?
I mean, I don't mind, but I don't want to bother with your guests. You got the guests. Let them have that spotlight.
He is going to have the spotlight. All right, we're going to bring him up.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alvin Myers. Hey, Alvin, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Alvin.
Pretty good.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay.
Yeah, we have, I'm Steve Belcher with Urban Health Outreach Media. And of course, Tamika Moore and Lisa Baxter, who's with the Lisa Baxter Show. Also transplant warrior, been on dialysis 12 years, had a transplant.
Yes.
So she joined us as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Alvin.
Well, all right.
Your story.
37 years old, and I actually was on dialysis. I got on dialysis at age 35. I was working in the plant, got in contact with something also on top of high blood pressure, and didn't know I had to go on dialysis. Went to the hospital. Kidney function was at 8%
Oh,
on March 23rd when I found out. So when I went in, they kept me in the hospital for 3 days. And it's like, you got to have a kidney. You got to go on dialysis. I said, no, not me. I ran track and everything else, So make a long story short, they put the PD in. I did PD at home. I did PD for 2 years, and when I did PD for 2 years, I got sick during the 2016 flood that we had in Baton Rouge. And when I got sick from that, I because I got off my machine and my neighborhood didn't flood, but the surrounding areas in my neighborhood flooded. You closed off from me?
Hey, can you put your phone up just a little bit? Right there, right there.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the surrounding areas.
Okay.
It's urban. I'm sorry. My girlfriend's trying to find out what page is on, so she's
Oh,
trying to tell
Urban
me.
Health Outreach Media.
Urban Outreach Media.
Yes.
Urban Health.
Urban Health Outreach Media. Okay. All right. But yeah, but during that time, I got off the machine and I went help people and I got wet. So I ended up having to get a catheter put in my neck. Once I got the catheter put in, I went into the dialysis center and I got a chance to meet people on that side first. And they say, "You're young. You're too young to be in here. You're too young to be in here." Well, at that time, my mom had got herself worked up to give me a kidney. So once my mom gave me a kidney, I went rolling from there, and I fell in love with it. I lost a friend during that time, and
Sorry.
I tried to help him out because he ended up having to go on dialysis too. And what I
Oh
told
my
him was, I
God.
said, "Y'all, they put a catheter in him, but they didn't listen to when I told the family to go ahead and dialyze him now." But I went and sit over there for 4 hours the day before he died and told him that he don't look too well. So
Wow.
when he went to the hospital, they pulled too hard and he ended up developing jaundice. So I started running into a lot of different people who was on kidney stuff, and I had to do a lot of research. So during that time, I wanted to work for a dialysis center, which I really do. I work for the Vita now. I've been working for DaVita now for going on a year, and
All
I
right.
make my anniversary next week for working with them.
Beautiful.
Congratulations.
And I actually,
Congratulations.
my patients are the same ones that I seen when I came in that said I was too young. Now they are my patients, and I'm helping them. And a lot of my patients now are getting
Wow.
themselves worked up to have
Wow.
PD
Good.
and stuff like that going on now. It's like they say like I'm a big influence to them because they got a chance to see, oh man, I used to be way smarter than this. I look like something was wrong with me, but God brought me through. And thanks to my mom,
Amen.
she gave me a kidney and I rode ever since, man. I haven't turned around yet. Uh, got kids. My kids love for me to do that. They really like it more than anything. They like, oh man, my daddy has actually went through
Wow.
this. Now he got a chance to have his patients, which see him go through that. And the funny part about it is, before I went through the kidney situation, my daddy had just had a kidney transplant. My sister gave my daddy a kidney.
Wow.
Wow.
So my mom gave me a kidney. My daddy gave my sister a kidney. We call ourselves the one kidney family. So it's
Yes.
like it's a lot of stuff. But then when it comes down to uh, the kidney stuff, it's real personal for me. It's not one of those things where people say, "Oh, it's something that we can learn about and wipe it off." It's not nothing like that. It's real personal for me. I
Yeah.
love getting up in the morning at 3:30 in the morning. My girl tell you, my alarm clock get off at 3:30. I'm up. I'm up. I'm ready to go to work, and I'm ready
Wow.
to, help my patient. Even though it's mentally and physically tired, because a lot of people don't see the work that you have to do behind the
Absolutely.
scenes. But it's real tiresome. But any kind of questions people may have, I answer them. I can
Mm-hmm.
refer them to certain different things because I've been through everything. Like some of them, they don't want to talk to you because if you're on dialysis, you can tell uh, another person that's on dialysis how they feel. But if you've never been there before, you can't really tell them how they feel. And they'll come in and
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, "I had a rough night," and I'll talk to them like, "Hey, you ever had?" They'll tell me, "Hey, man, you ever had a problem with you seeing things in your sleep and stuff like?" I say, "Man, I done been there. I know exactly how you feel." And I say, "I'll tell you how you can get rid of it. I can tell you how you can go to sleep at night and all that stuff." And I had to coach a lot of people through that, but I'm doing it.
It's like
God bless you, bro.
perfect technician.
Excellent.
Right, right. And I'm trying. I want to go. They're trying to get me to be a dialysis nurse. So
Oh
everybody's like,
man,
man, they
yeah, you
pushing me. Go
need
ahead and be
to.
an RN. Be an
Go
RN,
for
man. You
it.
can do it. So
Do your thing now.
Go for it.
I ain't mad at you. Come on here.
yeah, most definitely. I'm trying to. Like I said, I love it. Uh, I'm sorry that it had to happen like that, but like I said, everything happened for a reason. Because I was in the plant, I was doing good, but God
Right.
seen something for me else to do, so hey, that's what I'm doing.
So Alvin, let me ask you. You live in Baton Rouge,
Correct.
okay? How bad is kidney disease in Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas?
Horrible, horrible. It is. It's my main concern that I have now when it comes down to kidney situation, man, is getting people to come. Like you get yourself, you'll come in and then oh man, I don't feel like coming the next day, and then within a year of me being there, I think I have maybe lost about 10 patients.
Mm.
Oh,
Because they don't want to come, and then you got the other people that like for instance, I can use for example, I had a church member. I'm not saying any names, but I had a
Sure.
church member.
yeah.
They fell and hurt themselves, and they knew they were gonna have the situation going on. And I went to go talk to them in the hospital, and hey, don't talk to me about doing that. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard nothing from them. I haven't seen them, so I don't know what's
Right.
going on. But only thing I can do is basically try to give him some kind of knowledge and let him know, look, man, you can
Sure.
overcome it. I tell people,
Yes.
man, they got a certain thing called cross matching. A lot of people don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else can have another kidney, and you have the kidney that they need. You can cross match and get the kidney that you need.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Alvin. Are there a lot of dialysis centers in Baton Rouge?
We have two of the ones they call Fresenius and the Vita.
Sure.
Right. We have those two. Now, like other places, they have different centers, but those like are
Mhm.
the two main ones they have down here.
Right. Are they around like fast food restaurants? Wow.
Wow.
You just made him think
Right.
about that, Steve. He's like, you know what? They are.
Right. Right. Because you tell them, oh, you can eat. Okay. In the morning when they come in 6:30, what you think they bringing? Burger
Fast
King,
food. Yeah.
McDonald's, fast food.
And then
All
they
the time.
machine
Right. Right.
when they get sick.
You, yeah.
They
You
have to
get
go to
sick.
the bathroom.
Correct. Correct. And like
Wow.
a lot of people, like I had to explain to them, like I teach as I learn. Uh, what you eat today doesn't mean you're dialyzing out today. That's gonna come into your next treatment. So what you
Wow.
eating today, it comes out your next one, and what you ate last night, it comes out today.
Mm.
So you have to explain that
Wow.
to them. And then like a lot of people, they want coffee, they want water, they want stuff while they're there. I tell them it doesn't make sense if you come in at 3 above your weight, and then I gotta take it off. I say I gotta give you 50 for to take you off, and then I gotta give you when you walk out of
Yes.
here. If I give you 8 ounces, that means I done put something. I done put a pound on you already.
Yes. Say that. Preach.
I done put a pound on you already, and I can't do that. They be mad with me. I don't care. I say your life is more important. I'd rather see you come
Yes.
Wednesday than
Mm.
seeing you Wednesday of next week in a box.
Mm.
Wow.
It's just point blank.
Right.
Mm.
Woo,
So
from the hip. Put it on out there.
right.
Come on now. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Alvin, let me ask you this. What has been the biggest change you've seen from being on dialysis and working as a tech? What do you know now as a tech that you didn't know as a patient? And that what should you think now being on both sides of the fence, what
Wow.
patients should know as a patient in dialysis centers?
Man, dialysis is really important. It can help you. Uh, I was never the one that was not. I was complying when they come out and tell me that you can't eat. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. I'm like, man, I want to eat. I'm gonna eat it. Now, when I talk to my patient, I tell them, look, I was like that. I say, but guess what? I had to pay the price.
Mm.
So now I have my patients. Now I teach them that if you don't want to pull too much on you, what you do is you monitor what you eat. We get
Mm.
those ounces, cups, and get those to them and let them take that.
Yep.
I learned
Woo.
a
Yes.
lot of different stuff. I learned the backbone, the backbone of it really, because people that come in and say, "Oh, my machine ain't ready. Why it ain't ready?" Well, there's a backbone to why your machine is not ready. We got to make that stuff.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned that. I have learned patience. A lot
Was
of that.
that after?
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
that.
right. You're
And,
learning.
and so do you see the other, how can I put it? Do you see the other side now when patients, when they come and they ask why their machine not ready, or feel like you being rushed, like if a patient comes in and stand by, and they're supposed to be sitting out in the lobby and they standing. I mean, do you feel pressure to like get the machine ready more quicker or anything like that?
No, because we came up with a system. If you ever, anybody that's on dialysis, they know they have a prescribed time that they're supposed to be there. If you're supposed to be there at 11:45, I'm gonna let you back at 11:30, just so you can get on the machine by 11:45. I'm not letting you back at 10:30 when you walk into the lobby because it's not ready yet. I don't care if anybody's sitting in that chair. I don't care if nobody isn't sitting in that chair. You're not coming into your correct time. Reason being why I say
Wow.
that, because when you start doing that, when somebody else is working your shift or somebody else is coming in and they see that, oh man, bro, with the other person, no, we like to have our team that we have. Our team is an old school team. I'm the youngest one in that team. And, they actually trained me and taught me patience within the first 3 months of me being there. And I appreciate them doing that, because it was like when I first got there, I'm like, oh, I feel like I got to do this on my own. It's a man, as you get there.
Right.
A man getting into something like that, like, oh man, I got this, I don't need no help, but, they taught me. So, no, we don't do that pressure stuff like that. Like, no, we won't do that.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Good. That stops a lot of mistakes.
A system. You got a system. I mean, when I was on dialysis, sometimes, they had favoritism. And sometimes when I was on dialysis, because I was an advocate, they say, Lisa, you're only this amount of time. Can so-and-so go ahead of you? So sometimes I had to switch with the person, being respectful, or I had to change my time if they wanted to go on a trip. If I wasn't going anywhere, sometimes it switched like that too.
Right.
But,
Wow.
Right. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't. If your time is what your time is, that's what your time is going to be. We didn't have people come in. I didn't have people.
All right.
Why you took so long? You too damn slow.
We used to hear that all the time.
I'm like,
right? I know.
I'm like, I got something for you. I'll catch me next week.
You better go ahead.
Right. But yeah, one thing about it though, we take our time, make sure everything is done correctly. We don't.
Yeah.
It's not a such thing as a rush. When you come and dealing with that, you're dealing with people's lives, and that's one thing. When I was on dialysis, people didn't rush for me, so I'm not finna rush for nobody else and make no mistake. That's my main goal, is not to make mistakes.
Excellent.
Man,
I don't want that. That's the first thing, you gotta have a conscience, and I don't want that on my conscience.
Right. Wow. How long did it take for your mom to give you that transplant? That whole process.
The whole process, because I cut some of it out, man, because it's really heartfelt for me. So I didn't want to be on here like, oh man, that dude here, he crying. What are you crying for? But man, it's
go on. I got some tissue. Go ahead now.
It took a while. Reason why, because I was gonna be the first one in Louisiana to do the robot surgery, but they didn't do it on me because I ended up getting an infection. So when I got an infection, that's when I told you when I got off the machine and went to help people with the flood. They didn't do it, so it pushed me back. I mean, I had 3 setbacks through the whole time. So because I was on dialysis for 2.5, so I had through that whole time I had 3 setbacks. So if I didn't have a setback, I probably would have been on it for a year. But like I say, stuff happened, and so it only took about maybe 6 months to get worked up, because they was like, gotta lose weight. She didn't have to lose that much weight. She had to lose like 10 pounds, so she lost 10 pounds. We had to get everything together for a caregiver, because during that time I was married. My caregiver decided that they wanted to do their own thing, so we got divorced. So I had to make sure I had to follow through on that. That's why when you said something about that situation with the sex and relationship and all that stuff like that, that's why I commented and said that's a good topic. That was the reason. That was one of the reasons why I was saying that, because I can relate to that point too. But I found another caregiver and everything like that, and then I was fine. So
that's not easy to find a good caregiver. My husband was a good caregiver,
right?
And he was a match for me for a kidney, but I didn't get to take his kidney. He died of colon cancer, and I didn't remember to take it after the fact. But You know what I mean? So when I got the transplant, they didn't want to send me home because I had nobody home because I'm used to having him or my sister, and she had passed away too. So it was very hard. I didn't want a home attendant, but I see why I needed one, and I had to have one for a while. And I struggled through the apartment doing some things myself. So I'm glad that you had sense enough to get another caregiver. Everybody don't know that. So
Right.
I ain't mad at you. You better go ahead.
How did that conversation look like? Did your mom come to you and say she was going to give you a transplant, or you asked her?
I didn't ask her nothing. The doctor said I
Wow.
had to have a kidney, and first thing he said, test me. I match.
Wow.
Without
They tested.
hesitation.
Yep, no hesitation. Same thing my sister did. My sister gave my dad a kidney. No hesitation, no nothing. Just test me. I give my dad a kidney, and she did it.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Family. That's real family. Family love.
Yeah, you said it, Lisa. I was just going to say, because you have a lot of people who family members may be scared or don't step up to the plate like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or something that happens is when they come into the center, they be like, "Oh, my aunt's going to give me a kidney, or my cousin's going to give me a kidney," and then a year later, they're quiet about that, and you like, "Well, what happened? I don't even want to talk about it." You know, they just. I'm like, wow. I said, you know, that's why I told you in the beginning not to get your hopes up for them to actually get on the transplant list.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a friend like that too right now. He called me and his wife had to have a kidney transplant.
Oh my God.
It's to the point now, like everybody that try to do it for her, they fall through. They do it, they get worked up and then they disappear.
That's true. That's true. I had coworkers that told me that too. 3 of them went to get tested, but they never made it to the test. So I asked them, but I felt in my heart they really were scared or wasn't ready. So I let them off the hook gently. You know what I mean? But I would prefer you to say that. Just say it. You know, I can live with it.
I rather tell me the truth than try to give me the runarounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that they're scared that if theirs was to fail because they have that one, and if it was to fail, then what?
Right.
Tamika, you know, this is just really ridiculous. What I mean by that is, it seems like now everybody knows somebody with kidney problems.
Yeah, it's the normal.
It never been that way, Tamika. You know, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, I mean, it was like, it's almost like a normal conversation. What does that say?
Yeah, it's on the rise.
Right, it's on the rise.
It's been on the rise. It's like a hidden epidemic. It's hidden epidemic.
And the crazy part is, though, it's a lot of African American and Hispanics that's on it too.
Yes,
true.
Yes.
Hey, Alvin, you had mentioned the flood. So when it did flood in Baton Rouge, and you said you got out the machine to help, were a lot of clinics affected and patients when flood came through there?
Yeah, there was a lot of clinics, because I was doing my PD at home, so it didn't affect me. That's where I had to go.
That's why it's important to do PD, right?
Right. I try to get people to do PD. PD has its ups and it has its downs.
Yeah.
They have its ups and its downs, but like on the down part about it is, you do it every night. You do it while you sleep. You do it for 8 hours. It depends on your prescribed time. I had got to the point where I was like 14 hours on the PD. You know, but when I go to a hotel, all thing I had to do is buy my own sheets, change my shower head out, clean the room, and bring my machine. I call it Baxter, tell Baxter I'm at this such and such hotel, and they bring my stuff that I need.
Wait a minute, you change your shower head. I never heard of that. I mean, I heard one about someone on our show said they do it at home, but I never heard that changing the shower head at a hotel.
Yep. Change that shower head at a hotel, because you look at it. You'll change the shower head at a hotel before you change it at home, because you don't know who took a shower before you did. And when you look at a shower head, you ever look at all the calcium that's built up on that shower head?
You better go ahead. You done your investigation.
Right.
Go ahead now.
Right. It's a
Yes,
lot of stuff that's built up on that. A shower in a hotel runs more than your shower at home. Because you
surely.
never know how long that person in the shower. You tell them how to come in out 8 o'clock in the morning. Then somebody else might come in and take a bath again at 10. They always flipping people in and out. So I took my own shower head. I bought me a fresh shower head and I had it in the bag and I put it in the lime stuff, cleaned it out real good, put my
Yeah.
shower head up. And if I go to a hotel, that's what I do. I'll take their sheets. I tell them, take your sheets off the bed and I bring my own sheets.
Mm.
Wow.
Right.
I love that dedication. I ain't mad at you. I was trying to keep my kidney. I called it Hannah, gave it a name. All the doctors call it Hannah. And I took any restaurant I go to, I let everybody know we gotta feed Hannah right,
Right.
treat her
Right.
right, because Lisa wants to live.
Right.
Right.
When I first met my girlfriend, man,
Yeah.
she but she knew I had a kidney transplant because me and her knew each other ever since 8th grade. So when she
Nice.
found out I had a kidney transplant, man, she'd come to the house and I come to the house and the house smelled like straight bleach. I'm like, why is your house smell? I gotta make sure you all right. I gotta make sure your kidney gonna be all right. Gotta have you gotta make sure everything all right with you. No,
Man, that's
I'm good.
awesome that you're thinking about
I'm
it
only
that
coming
way.
over. I'm only coming over to eat and leave. And she's like, oh, I gotta still make sure you're all right. Make sure you got your
Yes.
mask on because when I first got out of the hospital, like a lot of people got out of the hospital and they laid around. I didn't. I was gone. I was gone. I was in my hospital room for a month. I'm off into different kind of little gadgets. I
Mm.
ordered me a remote control car plate up and down the hallway with it. I went out by the pool. I had my mask on. Everywhere I went, I had a mask on. People knew me from in New Orleans
I
just because
know
I had a
that's
mask on.
right.
And then
Yes.
when I came to Baton Rouge, I ended up liking doing home decorating stuff. So
Yeah.
every home good and every Tuesday morning and stuff like that. Them people knew me.
Mm.
When he coming in the store with a mask on, we ain't gonna bother them. They know the situation why I had a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that was what 3 weeks or so. I came back home to get a haircut. I was like, man, I gotta get my haircut. I came home, got a haircut. I had a
Yeah, I
mask
know
on, but I
that's
came
right.
got a
Mm.
haircut.
Yes.
But I
Wow.
kept moving, and that's the good thing about it, though. I kept
That
moving.
mask is important.
Oh yes, oh
I'm
yes.
a
A lot of people
social
don't think
worker.
it
The kids
is.
start coughing at work. I had a mask on or I refused to go in that room. I was talking from in there. How y'all doing? What's going on in there? Doing my sign language thing.
Right.
Talk to me over there.
And
Nah.
a lot for a word though is they can get nail sparring and put it in their nose with
Mm.
with Q-tip. Just put it like right in the end part of your nose. And nail sparring to help catch a lot of stuff that goes on too.
Wow, you
I
were
love your
taking
tips. I
over.
ain't mad at you.
Right.
You on fire, brother.
Yeah, I had to. I had to learn it, man. Because when you look at it, like I tell everybody, don't look at what this stuff means. Just go and listen to your doctor. Do your research on the stuff that he tell you. Don't go in
Yes.
there and do your own research because you look at it, anything under a 10 or 20 is living in your last days. People started doing, they started thinking they about to die. I
Mm.
read that and I was messed up for about a good 4 days. Oh man, I'm about to die. I said
Chondo.
this ain't for me. Let's go ahead and get
Ooh.
this done, and that's what I did.
Mm.
Wow.
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 Was there ever a time when your mom was going through this process to give you a kidney transplant that you thought in the back of your mind that it wasn't going to take place or something may happen?
Not one time because my dad was my role model.
Mm.
My dad was my role model. That's why I wasn't scared. A lot of people are scared, and I told my dad, I said, man, look, I'm sorry that it had to happen to you. But really and truly, I'm glad it
Yeah.
did because you're my role model to help me get through this. Because if it wasn't because of you, I probably would have been sitting there. Oh man, this is not gonna work. This is not
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not a negative type person. I give everything credit first. And if it don't happen, then it don't happen. I don't dwell on it. But I knew it was gonna happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew it was
I
gonna
mean, I
happen.
love your attitude.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the tip.
Yes. You felt that in your heart, didn't you?
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You
There's no
felt. I
doubt
know
about it.
you
I did.
did. I
Yeah,
know you did. Because they kept telling me, we got to check this, Lisa. We got to check that. And I kept saying, leave Hannah alone. She's working. As soon as you put her in, she's going to work. You
right,
feel that in your heart.
right,
And I
right,
never had a problem with it in the 3 years I had her. So I
right.
know you feel it. I see it in your eyes. I ain't mad at you. Come on now. Come on, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
So Alvin, you're not on Facebook that much, are you?
No, I'm not on Facebook that much. I try to stay low. I do
Oh,
a lot of groups on Facebook. Like they have like those kidney things on Facebook. I do a lot of those.
okay.
But mainly, man, I'm at work and I come home, take care of my kids, and that's about it. I'm just ready. I'll be
Mhm.
ready to go to sleep and start all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not going to
Mm.
hold you because I know you got to get up early. Tamika, how did you meet Alvin?
When I had put a post up talking about the Zoom with
Okay.
relationships and dating, and that's when he had inbox and said that's a good topic, and we started talking through there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, we
nice.
would love to have you back on, man, because I love your,
Yeah.
your attitude and how you look at things. And let me
Yeah.
ask you this: you mentioned back in the beginning when you came on that you knew when patients can't sleep at night, you knew how they can go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
What? I should have known him.
If someone was watching this now and is having trouble, because a lot of patients have problem with insomnia,
Right.
what did you use to help you get through that?
I went to the store and just clown around with my sister. Me and my sister always clown around in different stores trying to try something. And we went to Bed and Bath Beyond, and they had a spray that's called Sleep. It's in a blue bottle,
What?
and they say you spray it on your pillow and you spray it you spray it on you. They say spray it on your pillow. I sprayed it all over the bed. So I sprayed it on my cover and I sprayed it on my pillow, and that night I went to sleep. So I didn't think it worked. At the time, my son was maybe about 2. So I tried it on him. I said, let me spray a little bit on the bed, on the pillow. I sprayed on the pillow. Soon as he got in the bed, it fell asleep. It does work. So I thought it was me. I'm like, oh, sometimes you buy stuff, you're like, oh man, it's just because it say that I'm gonna fall asleep. It can be sugar water
Yes.
and you fall asleep. But but
Oh,
it
right, like
actually
the
worked.
placebo.
So
A gazebo,
I use
yeah.
right. I used that, and I got some lavender essential oil,
Oh
Mhm.
and I
yeah,
put it in
yeah.
a diffuser,
Mm.
and it made me go to sleep too. So I had that. So when you walk by my room, it smelled like straight lavender, but I was asleep. I was knocked out because it was to the point I was finding myself had to take clonidine. And clonidine lets you sleep for 4 or 5 hours, and
Yeah,
clonidine is
no.
hard to wean off of anyway. You try and wean off of it, you get a headache and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They don't tell you that. You try to
Mm.
stop taking clonidine, cold turkey, you get a headache, and you stop sleeping. So
Mm.
I use that, and I tell everybody, man, use that. I got my patients on that, and they like it. They like, man, I got me some sleep last night, man. I went to the store and got that, and I really appreciate it. So
Yes.
that's what they can use, though.
Well, you're a hero. They see both sides. Sometimes that you can each one reach one, and you're reaching somebody that already know you've been through it.
Right,
That's what make you effective.
right,
Besides God in your life, but I'm telling you, that's what make you effective, and that's just beautiful. It just
right.
takes teamwork to make the dream work. You go ahead now.
It really
You can
Yeah,
go
does. It
ahead.
really does.
yeah.
And
Yes.
and
Got some
and,
good
and
information.
now 37 years old and doing that and loving it. I'm
Wow.
loving it.
Wow.
Hallelujah, Tamika. Back up here.
Yeah, I'm loving it though.
Yes.
Anytime y'all have anything go on, shoot, let me know. I'm game for it. I was so happy about it. I was sending it to my girl when she was sending me stuff. I was screenshot it and I sent it to her. I'm like, oh, these people want me to be on the show. You believe it?
Uh
So I was like, okay, let's
You
see what
are
this
more
about.
than worthy to be on the show, Alvin. Your energy and you just being there for the patients,
yes.
Right,
Wisdom.
right,
wisdom, and the fact that you were there. You were there the same place that they are. You were there, and then look at you now.
right.
So with you being in their shoes is different.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
Yes.
so different. You can
It
help them
is.
in ways that me as a tech, I can't.
Right.
I
Wow.
can't. So I'm sitting up here taking all your tips. So I could go back to work and be like, hey, you can't sleep. You want to get some lavender? You want to go to Bath and Body Works? No,
Right,
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 right.
right.
you can be
Yeah.
able to help them.
Yeah.
So like Lisa said, you are a hero.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I appreciate
You
that.
are a hero, Alvin.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, and like I tell
Yeah.
everybody, it's day by day. I go to the doctor
Amen.
and the thing about it though, my nephrologist is who I work for. So it's like
Wow.
when I need if anything go right, that's how I will. When people say, "Man, what you
Wow.
work for?" I work for my kidney doctor.
Well, it's ironic that you say that because I work, for my kidney doctor. He was one of the physicians
Right.
um, that he still does care for me, but I did work under him as well. So wow.
Yeah.
I
Um,
volunteered with mine, but I worked for my husband's doctor.
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
Dr. Smith.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
worked for him.
Hey, so hey, Alvin, we have other shows as well on this network that's
Okay.
centered around kidney disease, but in different perspectives. And we definitely would like to, as I say, make the round,
Yeah.
That's
bring
right.
you on
Most definitely.
and share. Because, today you shared about, your transplant and some shed light on working in dialysis, but we may want to bring you back on another show and talk from a dialysis technician perspective.
Absolutely.
I did dialysis for 33 years as a nurse, and I got injured last year with DaVita. And, I'm not going to bash them on here because you work with them. It's not,
Hey,
I don't, it's not,
I can't judge him for that.
well, no, but it's not the people like me, you, Tamika, who are on the front lines of this thing. It's the people
Yes.
who we don't see that's way up that make,
Right.
10 million, $20 million a year. And we down here trying to scratch for a 5 or 10 cent raise and can't even get that, but they add more duties to our workday.
Every job. Yes.
It's almost like trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip.
Right.
It's always something extra they want you to do to try to
Mhm.
reduce the,
And it's
the
very tiresome.
productivity.
Mm-hmm.
It's very tiresome.
Very.
Very true.
Yeah, it's
So,
very.
Very true.
Alvin, I mean, before we close out the show, what words of wisdom or encouragement could you leave with someone watching this show
Wisdom.
that, same age as you, younger, a few years older than you,
Wisdom.
that is dealing with this disease or it's in their immediate future? What could you tell them and how to cope with this?
Do I can tell them day by day, don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't listen to the negative and always be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Always be positive because
Wow.
it's easier for you to go into the negative side of
Yeah.
anything. It takes more energy to be negative than it does to be positive. So you gotta think about that. Which one do I want to burn the most of?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's the way you
Short
should
and
think about
sweet.
it. Right. Short and sweet.
Hit it and quit it. I ain't
You
mad
see
at you.
my bio thing say live, learn, and what? So
Right.
I
Right.
don't I don't I don't I don't I don't have time for it.
right.
I know that's right.
So you in Baton Rouge?
Yes, sir. I stay in Zachary. I just tell Baton Rouge, but I was Zachary, Louisiana. It's like what
What's the
2 hours
closest airport?
closest airport that we can fly from.
Mm-hmm.
Baton Rouge Metro. That's a little small. We can't get no big planes in there, but we're going to New Orleans to fly out of. Like I went to California. What was that in May? In May, I went to California for Academy with DeVito, and
Oh yeah, they already send people out there to the
yeah, I liked it though.
academy. Oh,
I got a chance to meet some big wigs though, man. That's why when you were saying about the one, hey, I told them what I had going on. They was like, seriously? I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
So
right.
they love me.
Was Ken Theory at that meeting?
Ken Theory, that's a goofy one or something like that. He's kind of
Yes, it's the goofy one.
yeah,
Oh,
He's
dip.
the president.
yeah.
Yes,
He was
he's a goofy one.
The
Yes.
one with he
Oh,
always
wow.
the Three Musketeers stuff.
Yes.
That's why I said that. Yeah, he was very, very
Energetic.
unusual. Yeah, but he's real nice though, man. I got a chance to meet him and talk to him too. I got a chance to meet and talk to all of them though, man.
Wow.
They understood, and I like working for the company. It made me. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I left from there, I like working for the company more because I started seeing the real backbone of what goes on. Not just okay, I come to work and I do this here and I do that, and then I come back home. I got a chance to really got down to the nitty gritty of it and seeing
Wow.
it, you know. And
Yeah.
they them the ones that was actually telling me go ahead and do the RN thing. I even had me talk to the people in the office, you know, the higher
Wow,
ranking
really?
people in the office, like,
Wow.
hey, you go ahead and do that. So I told myself I want to touch the Vita on all sides aspects of it. I want to do bio. I want to do the RN. I want to be one on one when they say, "Man, we need somebody from the floor." Okay, I can do the floor right quick. I'm bio, but I jump on the floor.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
I need somebody to
Flexible.
do assessment. I do assessment right quick.
Wow. Flexible.
right. But
Right.
let me just say this, man. That's very admirable of you to want to do that. But I don't think it's going to work out like that. Far as bio and, I mean, you can probably train, but you would probably have to work for two different companies.
Oh.
Because DaVita is not going to see the biomedical technical department is separate from clinical services.
Right.
So
Oh.
if you become a biomed tech, you may cover like 3 or 4 different other units.
Right.
I don't know how. I know this is how they do it here in Baltimore. So you just don't have that one unit.
Right.
You know, you're going to have a couple of other ones. That's how they
Yeah.
get their money's worth.
That's how they do.
Wow.
They got you bio. You do. I think each person they have 3 clinics.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, and there's no way you can do that, bro. I
Right.
mean,
Right. But
Wow.
days off
they
and
have
can't
they
go.
have a lady that does that, but she don't never even come on the floor for to do that. She just do biomed. She said she loved doing biomed, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's all she going to do. She ain't going to do no patient care.
Right.
Wow.
Right. You ain't got to do with the
You
attitude.
know, wow, man. But yeah, man. Let me just from what I hear you say, and how long you been doing it?
For a year.
Yeah,
Make my year.
yeah. All I can say, man, is definitely keep going. I remember when I first started in '85. You know, take advantage of all the services or benefits that they offer. You go to school, take the 401k. I mean,
Take
pimp
it.
them for any and everything you can, you know, that you can get from them, and use this that's going to help elevate you to a different level. Do it, man. I mean, even with that RN, because if you get your nursing, that's just another stepping stone. If you stay there, you know, you can go and get your master's or do something different. It doesn't have to be right there with the Vita. I mean, it is people that work 20 years, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it just gives you a stepping stone to bigger things.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So
Just
I
passing through.
definitely tip my hat off with you. You don't see a lot of brothers doing dialysis. It's a field that's dominated by women. We all know that. I've all my supervisors, except maybe 1 or 2, were women, and we're the minority in this field.
Right. We got 2. If I include New Orleans, we have 4 male techs. We got one nurse. Yep. Just
Wow.
one here.
So, in just your clinic or around?
Just my clinic, just me. Me in like Louisiana area is me and the other guys are travel nurses. They travel techs. They stay in Lafayette and Lake Charles and stuff like that. But like Baton Rouge area, Baton Rouge clinics is just me.
Yeah.
You're the only black male tech
in Baton Rouge area.
Wow.
Right. Right. So when I go to different clinics, because sometimes I travel, and when I go to different clinics, they be like, that's a male. That's a male tech. Yeah. Yeah, sure is. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first started, a lot of my new patients thought that, oh, he's maybe on the other side of the fence. No, I ain't on the other side of the fence. I don't have to be on the other side of the fence to do this, And I had to let them know, look, I have a girlfriend, I have kids, I have a child on the way, And
all right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
So because you work in dialysis, you have to be on the other side of the.
Well, that's what they think, But those are people out there, I think, that have a short term of thinking process.
Yes.
That's where I'm gonna put that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that as a short-term thinking process because people are only limited to what they only think.
I like
Oh, women can't work in the plant. They got a lot of women working in the plant. So why I can't work in the medical field?
Yeah, no, and that's true.
Say that.
Tamika, when I traveled as a nurse and I went to North Carolina back in 1999, and I worked at a unit in Sanford, North Carolina. When I walked in and I was doing assessments, I mean, I had patients ask me, was I the tech? And I was like, no, I'm the nurse. And then even doing assessments, a lot of Black patients, were like, I'm proud of you and congratulated me because I guess they never saw a Black male nurse down in the area in the dialysis unit.
Right.
wow.
Yep.
Rare.
That's
You're right.
crazy.
A sprinkle of them. Sprinkle.
Yeah. So, do they have any dialysis schools in Baton Rouge?
They got the Vita itself. They got
Well, other than the Vita, some places have independent schools.
No, they don't.
Like trade schools that do this, and then they send the person to the Vita to apply. They normally charge
for bottoms.
Right. But no, but up here north, there's places where they do dialysis training and charge people up to $1,500. And a lot of people don't know if they apply to the Vita, they get paid while they're training. But I guess they use that to come in with some type of training. But nowadays, the Vita just hire you right off the street.
Right. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have no experience. I have never stuck nobody. The only thing I stuck was my pit bull to get him a shot. I never stuck anybody, and I learned all that, man. I learned how to stick. I learned everything it is. I have learned from the Vita itself.
Wow.
And now, like my patients, I got patients that when I first walked in, oh, you never sticking me. Oh, they love for me to do it. Pull my stick, stick me. Can you? What? I'm gonna trip you out. One of my patients ended up saving my girlfriend's life because I had just finished taking her. The day my girlfriend had took something, she swelled up. Well, that night when she swelled up, my patient walked through the door and she's an EMS. She walked through the door. Oh, I gotta make because your husband saved my life every time I come to the clinic. He made sure that he the one that stick me and he the one that takes me off the machine.
Wow.
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 Right. Tamika, how rare is that?
Right. So it is.
Wow.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
Got some saving going on. Baton Rouge got some saving up going on over there, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
They do.
Wow.
I mean, how many opportunity like that where girlfriend or boyfriend, something's going on and the person that comes in the door and you call the EMS is a person that your spouse treated at the clinic. That shows you how prevalent
it
disease is.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and the thing is, when she was looking at it, she like, you know this lady already? I'm like, yeah. I said, she's my patient. I said, remember the first lady I stuck and she was teaching me? I said, that's her.
Wow.
And she was like, that's your patient? She said, I would never know she was she was a patient. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, we got to bring you back on. I get your number from Tamika so I can keep in contact with you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'll shoot my number and then y'all more than welcome to call me whenever y'all have something. Let me know. I will be on here.
No, and we're going to get you on. We have another show on Wednesdays called The Warrior's Quest with Jared A. Brown.
Yes.
And
excellent.
That show, we bring on kidney warriors who are looking for a live donor, and we give them the hour to share their story while Jared interviewed them on their quest to find a kidney, and we put their information up on the screen, the hospital, their blood type. And, if anybody sees the broadcast and they want to donate, they can, call it. It just gives them another option to try to find an organ donor.
Yes.
That's real
an
nice.
avenue, another avenue.
Yeah. And what we do at times on Jared's show, we bring on co-hosts, guest co-hosts to co-host the show with them. So you would be on and share a little bit about your story, and then the person that we bring on for the show, they'll go on with the show, and Jared will interview, and then you'll have chance to, dialogue with the conversation as well and ask questions. So it's like a learning experience, education at the same time, giving a person an opportunity to find a donor. We never know. Somebody could be watching the show and they think about donating, and they see this, and maybe they will. It's just another, like I say, another option we hope that can reach and also spread kidney disease awareness and organ donation awareness.
Do y'all have a lot of kidney walks out there?
Yeah, they do kidney walks. We don't have our own, and I don't participate with Kidney Foundation.
In New York, yes. I go on several. I go on the colon cancer walk for my husband, the polycystic kidney, because that's what my family and I were struck with. We survivors, and the regular kidney walk. So I will raise money or donate money, or I'll just do the walk or just raise awareness. Whatever I got and whatever I'm able to do, I use the energy to do it.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
they have a little bit of kidney walk out here. We have it. I believe it should be bigger. Be honest with you. National Kidney Foundation is the one that throw it. I think National Kidney Foundation. Us being down south, we need a lot of knowledge down here, and I can't reach everybody.
No, hey, that's what I was about to say. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's a whole nother show, Alvin.
Right. But Alvin, let me just say this, and I'm speaking from the heart. If you ever want to do something down there, like raise awareness, we'll come down, or I'll come down. I was going around the different states to try to raise awareness, and I had a little hiccup along the way. But if you ever, even this fall, we'll fly down there, and if it's a place or a library where we can hold an event and we can, you can get people to show up or whatever, we can do a show from there like we normally do. And hey, man, because that's what we're about. We got to go around and raise awareness, because there's there's so many clinics popping up.
I'm the home ambassador for our clinic, so I say, because I'm the home ambassador for our clinic, so it's nothing for me to actually tell them, look.
Excellent.
So they done told me already. Say if you set it up, we'll be behind you 100%.
Wow.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
I was an advocate on mine. Go on, Ambassador. Go on, get him.
Wow.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, we'll definitely keep in touch with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Tamika, and reach out.
Nice to meet you very much.
I may want to bring you on in September on another show we do on Sunday mornings called Sunday Morning Transplant Coffee Talk.
Okay. I have my cup of coffee too.
Beautiful.
All right, Alan. Well, thanks for coming on the show. We really enjoyed the time having you on, man. And anybody you want to say hello to or give a shout out to?
Nah, they see me out here. It's my first time. I guarantee it won't be the last.
No, it won't.
It won't, man.
It won't.
For taking the time coming on, and you got to go to work tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I got to be there for 4:30.
Yeah.
I gotta have you on my show another time. I'm booked up to January, but I ain't mad at you. You on my radar.
Oh, what time is it there?
9:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still
an hour behind.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Kids to bed, so everything cool.
Man. Get some rest, man. Stay
a million blessings.
Thanks for coming on, man. I know you're gonna be a great tech, man. Even though with this 1 year, it seemed like you have more years than what you have under your belt with this knowledge and how you getting this information, man.
Right.
Phenomenal.
You know what, Steve? I think because he's been there,
Yeah.
so he knows, and that gives him that extra experience because
Speak
he's
volumes.
been
Yeah.
on the
'Cause
other side of the fence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of my stuff is not was not
Money
told to me.
driven.
It was taught
Right,
to me. I had to live it.
right.
So,
So,
Yeah. Yeah. That fence is something else. Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, we definitely bring you back on and welcome to the family, man, because we're gonna, you know,
Yes.
a lot of technicians, bro, don't like to come on and talk about dialysis because we talk more than just, kidney
you
disease,
know why?
to the treatment and, being mindfulness and having patients know like what your blood flow rate is, what size needles you're on, what type dialysis. Matter of fact, I did a show the other night. Here go a 15 gauge needle.
15
Don't show me that
right there.
again. Oh,
That's the long one.
flashback.
Yeah, this is 1 1/4.
I was about to say that, yeah.
I had a patient. I just had to stick with that. We finally stopped sticking with the long ones like that.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot that people don't know when it comes to access care and people getting multiple access and the doctors, doing all these surgeries when some of them may not even be necessary.
Right.
So, like I said, that's a whole new show that would.
Oh yeah, it is. Because last week I forgot to tell you. Last week I had one of my patients. She was on the machine, and everybody say, "Hey man, we got clappers. We got like the clappers." So everybody got the clapper, and we walked over to her and say, "You can go home." She said, well, "Go home for what?" She said, "You don't have to worry about doing dialysis no more." And this lady was doing chemo. Her cancer had left, and her chemo, and she didn't have to worry about going on dialysis no more. We sent her home.
Woo.
Wow.
To God be the total glory. You better go ahead.
When she did that, I turned around and I had dropped a couple of tears. They were like, "You all right?" I said, "Man, that's real good, to say that somebody don't have to worry about doing this no more."
I want to forget about my hip and do a little dance. Don't get nothing started here. Hondo.
Wow, yeah. I've had stories like that with people. Doctor took them off dialysis. Maybe acute kidney injury or something like that.
Right.
Yes.
Beautiful. And I explained to them too the difference between acute and the chronic. Because a lot of people say, "Oh man, my doctor said I got a acute." Okay. You still urinate? No, I don't urinate no more. I said, "How long ago that been since he told you that?" "Oh, about a year, 2 years ago." It's not acute anymore.
Yeah, see, the education is missing.
Yeah.
You go ahead. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
you told her the truth.
One more thing before I let you go.
What you got?
If you can share this station with your patients, if you can share our Facebook page, Urban Health Outreach Media, we have multiple videos under the video sections on education, different shows that would be very helpful and useful to, I believe, the patients down and Baton Rouge and anywhere else. But we just gotta let them know that the information is here. So,
Let me ask you this quick question: do you have a T-shirt with that on there?
We can get one, Tamika.
I was about to say, because if you do, I'll make that my uniform.
Okay.
All right now. That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
I have my uniform, and I tell them, look, if you want any knowledge or anything, look on my shirt.
Okay.
Because I make shirts myself. Just my little side hustle I picked up when I went on dialysis. Was doing T-shirts and stuff like that. Like I have my own brand. I don't push it like talking about, but it's called Ambition Game.
Yeah.
And really, it actually helped me through that because my ambition would help me get through my situation. So when people ask me what do ambition gang mean, why you got gang in it? Because I hang around a bunch of people who have a lot of ambition.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Wow.
You're supposed to. Now,
I love T-shirts. I got them in common. Yeah.
Now that being said, I could just send you the what is it, Tamika? The file for the logo, and
if you send it to me, I can start on it ASAP. It don't matter. I was in the front just now helping my girlfriend stuff with the baby shower, so it doesn't matter if whenever you send it to me.
Oh, okay. What's your email? I'm gonna get your email right now.
Okay. It's
do you mind giving it to me on air, or you want to send it to me through Messenger?
I sent to the group message because I don't want nobody sending me nothing.
Sure,
Like,
sure,
who?
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Sure.
Right, because I definitely was gonna send for a shirt. So you better hide it. That's right.
Tamika,
Well,
get
it
that
ain't
email
hiding
for
from
me.
y'all though.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, once I send it to her, she can
Yeah,
share it.
send it to Tamika during the phone after the broadcast, and she'll forward it to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, excellent, man. I appreciate that.
Man, it's no
Oh my
problem.
We
God.
may have to get with you on some T-shirt deals. You know,
Hey, let me
I
know.
was looking at him. You better go ahead. I ain't mad at you. Come
but
on here.
that's just a resource. That's we got to have resources in
Right.
this
Right.
fight on kidney
We
disease.
do. Somebody
Right.
was fighting me today because I was trying to get a shirt from them. I always make different shirts, even when I
Oh,
used to
okay.
have my show before and other stuff that, enlighten people. And they didn't want to make it. If it ain't a several shirts, they couldn't. I told them, I don't care how much I got to pay. Just one shirt. I'm one person.
Right.
And
Right.
then if it flow right, I can always get more or sell or blah. But right now, let's deal with one shirt.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
But
right.
that's all good.
Right. So, like I said, just let me know. I'm
All
down
right,
for it, and
Tamika,
I'll
send
send out
Tamika
my
that
information.
email address as soon as we get off. All right.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate that, Alma. Thanks a lot for coming on, and
Thank
we'll
you for
Yeah.
having me.
definitely be in touch with you.
Yes, sir. Y'all
Some
have a
All
real
right.
good
gold nuggets.
one. All right.
All right, man. God bless. Take care.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a great show. Lisa, we definitely appreciate you coming on as well to talk about conservative therapy, of what we talked about, and joining in on the discussion tonight with Alvin Myers. Thank you for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I was laughing because whatever they gave me, I was falling asleep when you told me. My sister was laughing. She said, I thought you was taking your clothes off. I said I was. And I had everything on backwards. I'm trying to text you at the same time. I stirred my way in here, but God made it good. So thanks, guys.
All right, Lisa, we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right. Y'all get some rest, okay? Tell baby Zoe I said hi.
I will.
Thank
All
you.
right, Lisa Baxter,
Okay.
Lisa Baxter Show. Watch her 8 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. Thanks again, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Amen. God
All
bless.
right, bye bye.
Yes.
Hey, Tamika, you found a good this guy Alvin Myers. I mean, answered your ad. Saw your ad. That was a great conversation with him.
Yeah,
Great attitude.
he's what every unit needs
Oh
because he
yeah.
had that other side of the fence life. Like he's been where they are. And a lot of times patients always say, "Oh, you don't know what I'm going through." He can help ease them through the process versus me. He has a better way of doing it than I do. Though though I understand from a parent view, he actually's been in that chair.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a gym.
He is. He is.
He can help educate on a whole nother level that we can't touch on because we never sat in that chair.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So God willing, we'll be seeing more of Alvin.
Okay.
We'll be seeing more of Alvin. But I think he was awesome. I just can't wait to go back to work and tell my patients on how to get sleep because that's something that they always complain that they can't get enough sleep, that they always so tired, or what can they do? And the first thing the doctors do is give them medicine.
Yeah. And we don't know. And honestly, even though we trust and take medicine, I mean, I take a blood pressure pill, I'm not going to lie, but even though we don't know the after effects that is what's really going on inside our body,
Right.
as we take these drugs over a long period of time.
Right. And then if they could do something all natural versus another medication, that is excellent. That's one less toxin going into their body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I already can see your wheels turning in your eyes. Right. But no, you're right. You're right. I mean, that's why we need to do these shows to hear different experiences
Right.
that people are using. And then one good thing I want to say about this story that I like. His mom gave him a kidney, and his dad gave his sister, or his sister
So
gave
his sister gave his dad a kidney.
Wow. All in the family.
All in the family. So they the one kidney family. Like he said, everybody in the family got one kidney, but they was willing to share. You know, they was willing to share with one another. The mom probably wasn't a match for the father, but the sister was, and the mom was a match for the son. Worked out perfectly. They cross matched. Amazing.
Oh, so that's why he was talking about the shared pair, because they did it between them.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Plan, you know. But I just think it's awesome, you know, and he could just tell his story of having a transplant and going back to work. How it was having a transplant, going back to work. How did he get there? Because a lot of patients that has transplants have not been able to go back to work.
I know, Tamika.
Because of health reasons and stuff like that. So Alvin can be another vessel to like, hey, this is how I did it. Try it this way. He's so positive that he can string them 17 different ways.
And not only that, but people, you can go to dialysis if you get a transplant and that's something that you think you can make a difference or give back in someone else's life. DaVita has the Star Learning Program. They will hire pretty much practically anyone. I mean, I don't say that in a demeaning way. They hired Alvin. He didn't have any experience, as he said, other than him being a patient. And they taught him, and he caught on. Mm-hmm. And even Kendra Tenner, who was on my show Sunday, same thing. She had a transplant and she became a dialysis tech, and she's been same length of time, Tamika, about a year. She's been doing it. Same length of time as Alvin. So I see that possibly being a trend for a positive trend for some transplant warriors who get that transplant. That's another option to try to get a job at the dialysis center. I mean,
right.
However, let me just
not for everyone though, Steve.
Yeah, huh?
That job isn't for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was going to forewarn you. It's not for everyone, and it's a lot of standing on your feet, a lot of long hours, and the work is demanding, as Alvin said, very mentally and physically demanding.
Right. And you know what? It's like when I come home from work, Steve, I'm not physically drained, I'm mentally drained. So,
sure, and I could definitely relate to that.
You know, I'm mentally drained to where as though I pass out, not because I'm tired or whatever. It's the mental. The mental
aspect, yeah. And Tamika, I mean, I can honestly understand how you feel, because me, when I was working and by being a charge nurse, I was getting pulled from every different direction. If I walked through the clinic, I may have one patient call me, then another patient, and then I may have a staff member that may have a problem. And so you don't really get any time to yourself when you're at the clinic. And the only time you get sometimes is when you come home. But if you have a family, you know, you got to spend time with the family. So it is, for me, I live by myself, so I can kind of decompress. But it hasn't always been like that. But that's the type of things that we go through as caregivers when we're working in this field.
Yep, you are extremely tired. I go to work at 4:30. I come home about 3:30, and I need to go to sleep. I need to recharge, and I don't wake back up until 6:00.
Yeah.
To recharge. But how do you do that with the 8-month-old? You know, it's difficult. Thank God I have some help.
Yeah.
But the mental draining, I think, is worse than the physical drain.
Yeah. So, and you know, healthcare givers working in dialysis definitely have to recognize that. And a lot of patients don't see or understand when they see staff working at different places, you got to think about those long hours, and these same people are working on you, and if they haven't gotten any sleep, there is room for error.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if one is not paying attention and realizing that, you know, they're tired and, you know, so, well, Tamika, I see you over there yawning. You making me yawn.
Yes. I'm sorry, because you know I was at work.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Got to work tomorrow?
No.
Oh,
No,
great.
no.
Great.
Per diem, as needed, not every day. No. They will never get me like that. Money is
Oh,
important,
absolutely.
but being with my children is even more important. I'm good. I'll make a way.
All right. All right, Tamika. Well, watch my show tomorrow. I'm going to have on Janaea Robinson. Janaea, if I pronounce your name wrong, last name wrong, I'm sorry, but I worked with her, and she's a kidney warrior now. She worked in dialysis, so she's, you know, on the opposite side of the fence now. She's undergoing kidney dialysis, been doing dialysis 10 years, no longer does it anymore. She's worked, you know, in another field, I believe, but she had lupus, and the one thing, she was proactive because before her kidneys failed, she wanted to be a dialysis technician so she could kind of see what to expect and get that experience as a technician, and then when her kidneys fail, she would know how to approach her disease.
Right. Awesome.
So
Good to see that.
you got many people doing this many different ways, but the thing is, the key is education and awareness. If you don't know any of this stuff before going in, it's going to be overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
You won't have any time to make any other decisions or options because you won't know. You'd be so overwhelmed on what you're going to do about your newfound diagnosis.
Yes, like you said, education and awareness. Oh my gosh, is so important.
Yeah, and we're going to be on the forefront and getting this out there.
Yep.
Yep. All right, Tamika. Well, I'm going to, we close this show out. It was a great show. I enjoyed the guests. I really did. You really came through. You be coming through. You know, don't worry about dialysis spa and all that. But because the you know, past guests that you have brought on have been, you know, awesome.
Thank you. Thank
you. So, all right, guys, until next time, thanks for watching Urban Reno Talk with Tamika. Oh.
And Steve. I'm Steve.
Yeah. I just thought about that. I was waiting for you to say Steve.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm Steve. Thank you for watching, Steve. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching Kidney Matters. We enjoyed the show, and tomorrow for Kidney Disease Education Moment. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.